Abbott's ultimatum. Texas Democrats face removal over quorum crisis. In a bold move that has stirred significant controversy, Governor Greg Abbott has issued a warning to Texas House Democrats, threatening to pursue their removal from office if they fail to return to Austin to vote on the Republican Party's proposed congressional redistricting maps. This ultimatum was delivered late Sunday night, following a strategic decision by over 50 Democratic lawmakers to leave the state earlier that day. Their departure was aimed at preventing a quorum, which is the minimum number of legislators required to conduct official business, effectively halting all legislative activities for the remainder of the special session, which is set to conclude later this month. The Democrats' objective is to block the passage of a new congressional map that, under the influence of former President Donald Trump, could potentially secure 5 additional seats for Republicans in the upcoming 2026 midterm elections. This truancy ends now, Abbott declared in a letter addressed to the absent members. He insisted that the derelict Democrat House members must return to Texas and be present when the House reconvenes at 3:00 p.m. on Monday, August 4, 2025. Should they fail to comply, Abbott has vowed to initiate legal proceedings to remove them from their positions. He referenced a non-binding legal opinion from 2021 by Attorney General Ken Paxton, which stated that it would ultimately be up to the courts to determine whether lawmakers who left the state to deny quorum had forfeited their offices. If a court were to rule that these legislators had vacated their positions, Abbott would then have the authority to appoint replacements of his choosing. Additionally, Abbott has raised the possibility of felony charges against those members who engage in fundraising efforts to cover the $500 daily fines they would incur for their absence during the session. He warned that lawmakers soliciting funds to evade these fines could be in violation of bribery laws, and that anyone contributing to such efforts might also face legal repercussions. In a dramatic escalation, Abbott stated he would seek to extradite any lawmakers who might be hiding out of state. In response, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker expressed his commitment to support Texas lawmakers during their time away from home, stating, "We're going to do everything we can to protect every single one of them." The Texas House Democratic Caucus, which represents the House Democrats, succinctly responded to Abbott's threats with a defiant 4-word statement: "Come and take it." Democrats have condemned the mid-cycle redistricting as a racially motivated and partisan assault on Black and Hispanic voters, arguing that it distracts from urgent legislative needs, such as addressing the catastrophic floods in the Hill Country that resulted in 130 fatalities. The proposed congressional map, which is anticipated to be presented for a vote on Monday, would significantly alter existing districts in major cities like Houston, Dallas, and Austin, potentially adding 5 more seats for the Republican Party. In defense of their actions, GOP lawmakers assert that they are within their rights to redraw district maps for partisan advantage outside of the standard decennial redistricting process that follows each U.S. Census. On another note, the lineup for the Texas Tribune Festival is expanding. Join us in downtown Austin from November 13 to 15, where prominent leaders, innovators, and newsmakers will take the stage. Recent additions to the lineup include comedian and writer John Mulaney, Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota, New York media editor-at-large Kara Swisher, and U.S. Representative Veronica Escobar from El Paso. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. TribFest 2025 is proudly presented by J.P. Morgan Chase. Texas Democrats flee state to block Trump-backed redistricting vote. Dramatic political showdown. Texas Democratic lawmakers flee state in bold move to block Trump-supported redistricting legislation. Could the Lone Star State become as politically manipulated as the Golden State? That's the burning question on everyone's mind. Chuck DeVore, Vice President of Texas Public Policy, examines whether Texas will follow California's controversial gerrymandering path as a newly proposed congressional map creates 5 districts that former President Donald Trump carried in previous elections. Breaking. You can now experience Fox News articles through audio format, In a dramatic political maneuver, over 50 Texas Democratic legislators have abandoned the state to prevent a vote on a redistricting plan that would potentially strengthen Republican control. This extraordinary tactic represents a determined effort to halt an imminent legislative process that could reshape Texas politics for years to come. The Democratic lawmakers have traveled to Chicago, where they intend to conduct a press conference alongside Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker later Sunday, according to reporting from Austin's local station KVUE. Texas House rules require at least 100 members of the 150-member chamber to be present to conduct official business. Josh Rush Nissenson, speaking for the House Democratic Caucus, confirmed to the Associated Press that a minimum of 51 Democratic representatives are departing Texas, effectively paralyzing the legislative session. Currently, Republicans hold 25 of Texas's 38 congressional seats. Their redistricting efforts have received explicit backing from former President Donald Trump, adding national significance to this state-level battle. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just about Texas. It represents a growing trend of partisan redistricting efforts nationwide. Texas redistricting conflict intensifies as Jeffries pledges to explore every possible option to block Republican plan. The Texas state capitol has become ground zero for a redistricting controversy that has captured nationwide attention. Brandon Bell, Getty Images. The redistricting proposal introduced last week by Texas House Republicans would likely secure 5 additional Republican U.S. House seats in the upcoming 2026 midterm elections, a significant shift that could impact the balance of power in Washington. Gene Wu, who chairs the House Democratic Caucus, defended his colleagues' extraordinary action in a Sunday statement. "This is not a decision we make lightly, but it is one we make with absolute moral clarity." This passionate justification highlights the high stakes Democrats perceive in this political showdown. However, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has gone further, threatening to arrest the absent lawmakers for this civil violation, declaring they should be found and arrested no matter where they go. This aggressive stance demonstrates how heated this political battle has become. Trump and Republican allies rush to redraw Texas congressional boundaries while Democrats warn of impending legal challenges. The Texas redistricting map represents just one example in a growing collection of Trump-endorsed proposals to redraw congressional districts across the country. AP photo Evan Vucci. While the redistricting proposal remains subject to modification, its current configuration would significantly alter the political landscape in traditionally Democratic urban centers like Dallas and Houston, shifting them toward Republican advantage. And this is the part most people miss. These changes could fundamentally transform representation in Texas's most diverse and populous areas. A previous investigation by Fox News Digital revealed that the proposed gerrymandered map would actually remove Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett from her own district, a striking example of how redistricting can directly impact individual elected officials. DNC Chair Ken Martin publicly backed Texas Democrats on Sunday, writing, "For too long, Donald Trump and Republicans have tried to get away with rigging the system, breaking the rules, and scheming to hold on to power." This statement frames the conflict as part of a larger struggle over democratic principles. The DNC is proud to support these legislators in standing up and showing real leadership, Martin continued. "We will fight alongside them to stop this anti-democratic assault. And after this fight is done, we're coming full force for the Republicans' House majority." Such forceful language indicates this Texas battle may be just the beginning of a broader national conflict. Click here to download the Fox News application. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has issued threats to arrest Democratic lawmakers who left the state to block the redistricting vote. Dylan Hollingsworth, Bloomberg, via Getty Images. Dustin Burrows, Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives, issued an ominous warning to the absent Democrats on Sunday. The Texas House will be convening at 3 p.m. tomorrow. If a quorum is not present then, to borrow the recent talking points from some of my Democrat colleagues, all options will be on the table. This veiled threat suggests Republicans may pursue unprecedented measures to advance their redistricting agenda. What do you think about these dramatic tactics? Is fleeing the state a legitimate form of protest, or